get that in your homework paper, the one that I said this is for the birds. I want you to get that piece of paper out. And if you have your Stamparatus, get the Stamparatus. And if you don't have the Stamparatus, hang on for just a few minutes. And when I'm done showing the ladies with the Stamparatus how to do this, I will show you guys with a block. If you don't have a block, with a block, because you could do this both ways. It's just the Stamparatus is definitely a lot easier to do it with. Trying to make sure I could get this in the camera all the way. There, I think that's good. So what you want to do for the first thing is, if you have never used your Stamparatus before, I've got this lined up because I've already gone ahead and stamped my birds. But I want to show you what you got to do first. So what you would do in this case, let me line it up here. This one's going to go over here. So I'm going to want this one right about here. Okay. So you're going to estimate where you want the bird. This is the bird with the, let me find the stamp set so I could visually show you. We're going to do this bird right here. The one that's got the tail going to the right. That's the first bird we're going to do. And I'm placing it right here. And the reason I'm placing it there is because of the other two birds. So just place it down anywhere past the first two notches on your Stamparatus. And then you're going to flop this down and pick it up. If this moves, we just got to put that in there farther. And then for this bird, we're going to stamp it in Mango Melody. I got my stamp pads and everything all over here. Wanted to make sure I was ready. And I'm going to stamp it up in the mango. Now I have this way up here. Obviously the blocks, and if you have more room, it's a lot easier. But I'm trying to make sure it's in the camera. And then we're just going to stamp it down. And if you didn't like it, I think it could use a little bit more. It didn't really kind of press too hard. There we go. I like that. Then I'm going to turn it around so that stamp is on the back side now. And I'm going to put this right, line it up. So I think that's pretty good for me from looking from the distance. Oh, now I monkeyed with it. And then we're going to pick this one up. Make sure our paper stayed where it needs to stay. And then we're going to get out the crumb cake. And we're going to stamp that up. And we're going to push that down. Mine's off a little bit, but that's also considering the distance I am, but not too bad. And you're going to do the same thing to the other bird, but you're going to do it on this block. We're going to flip it around and back up all the way at the top this time, because we got to put the brown on the top one first. So you want to be back all the way at the top up here. And then we're going to stamp that in the crumb cake. And then we're going to move it down one. And we're going to stamp that in the crumb cake. And then we're going to move it down one more. And we're going to stamp this in the crumb cake. If I can, am I in the lock? Guess I wasn't in the lock quite well. This is why I said the Stamparatus is definitely easier than doing it, you know, the other way. Now I'm cleaning up my block, and you guys keep going. I'm gonna do and you guys can start cutting them out. But now I'm gonna show, if you don't have the Stamparatus, for the ladies that don't have the Stamparatus, that you're gonna kind of do the same thing, but we're gonna do it with a block. So you're gonna need 2 blocks, and I'm gonna take and put 1 bird on one and 1 bird on the other. Okay. And I might have to get this, if I'm got this away from me because of the camera, so it might not be perfectly lined up, but I would have it a little more on top of me. So you're going to stamp this on your paper wherever you feel you would want it, like that. And then we're going to bring in the crumb cake, which is the yellow is with the solid bird. I don't know if I said that, guys. Sorry. And then the brown is with the ones that have a little, like it's not fully solid. And then you're just going to look at this, and it's fairly, there we go. Hopefully it's, I'm a little far away, so we'll see. Oh, not bad. So you can do it with the block too. You just have to take your time and line up your images. So I just wanted to show that. So I'm going to give you guys some time to cut out your pieces for your birds and to stamp them. When you guys have that done, hit done or say done. Start with this card, which in your little packet should have these 2 papers, a solid white and a base. So you can just set the base aside, and we're going to bring in this Whisper White. You're probably going to need a scrap paper underneath your area, and you need the Old Olive ink, and I'm going to take, there's a leaf set in the stamp set. It's like a trio, looks like this, and we're going to put it right on here on a block. Then you're going to dab in your what is it, Old Olive. You're going to stamp off, and then you're just going to randomly stamp around the card. Change the direction of your block every now and then. And if you want it lighter, you can also stamp off another time, but okay. And I'm going to clean that stamp up because we'll need it again. And then if take a old olive sponge or a sponge that you have your greens on or whatever, and we're just going to dip it in and we're going to just sponge ever so lightly around the outside of the card. Okay. Then we're going to take the linen thread that I gave you guys, put a little adhesive in the back, okay, put the linen thread in it, in the center too, it's in the center, and then just wrap it around. I think I did it 3 times. Well, I only have enough on mine to go 3. So 3 or 4 times. And I'm spreading out the twine on each side to kind of give it a little more. There we go. And I'm going to stick this one right in with that one. And I'm going to cut off the end. So it looks like that, I guess. And then I went ahead and I took the brown piece and I kind of put it on there crooked a little bit in the back. So it looks like this. And then the blue piece, we are running through, we're going to run it through the evergreen folder. So just sit it right in here. Let me make sure. Yeah. I put it in this way. It fits perfectly across. And then we're going to run it through your embossing or whatever. Okay, I guess I got to take off this one plate because I forgot. There we go. Okay. Isn't that just stunning? I just love this set, this whole set, but I love this evergreen texture. Now, before we put this on, we're going to put that aside and we're going to build our scenery. So you should have done for homework, you should have cut out one of these green leaves. Now, what I did was I snipped that one green leaf right there so you could separate these. And I'm going to take and put some glue on the back of them. And you just need a little dab, you know, here and there. Doesn't have to be, you don't need a lot. This glue really holds. Go get Daddy. Bob, I think Sula has to go out. Just like that. It's not a whole lot. Sometimes it looks like a lot more on camera than it does. And when you put it down, I put it down like this, kind of, but I separated this one. Make sure you separate that one to go up. And being that this is embossed, you're probably going to have to hold it a little bit. So see how I had that separated to go up? And that's where I'd cut it, right there. And we're going to take our birds, and I'm going to put one in so it's kind of like over top of that one berry right there. I'm going to put that one in over top of that, and then this one's going to come back and it's going to be popped up. So this first one we're just going to put on with glue. And hold it down for a second. And then the next one, we're going to put Stampin' Dimensionals on it. Bob, the dog needs to go out. She's crying. Sula is in. Huh? I'm live. I don't know what you said. Okay, I'm trying to get a little piece here. Oh, gotta get my little dish, because you need the dish with this. Hello. Someone just popped in. Is that Diane back again, or is it Judy? If it's Judy and you or Diane and just popping in, you can come back and watch the rerun later. I will have it live later, or public. Right now I just have it private. And now I'm going to take the little flowers that you guys were supposed to cut out, only 3 of them, and we're going to put a Stampin' Dimensional on the back of them. And I'm using the large. You can use whatever large fit, and the small will fit on this. And I'm going to put one right down here over top of this flower, over top of that round one. And then I end up putting one right here. I kind of put them over like the round ones. And then we're going to put one right over here. Just like that. And now I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to put Stampin' Dimensionals on the back side of this. Am I going too fast, anyone? If you just jumped in the middle of this card, you just want to wait. We'll be starting the next one. Then you could do that. Okay, Sharon, I will slow down. I'm sorry. I do not mean to be going fast. Let me know when you're caught back up again, and I will. That's the difference doing them live. You guys just have to tell me because it's so hard I can't see you like when you're in my class. So now we're going to take either your piercing tool or whatever tool you have, and you can just put your little sequences that you got, and I just kind of stuck them all over. Now I put hello on this. Where'd that one go? I lost the sequence somewhere. Oh well, I'll find it later someplace. But anyways, I put hello on this for greeting, but there really is no somewhat fine. There's no greetings with this set. So I ended up taking the hello out of the set that we did last month. So I took it out of this set. So you could do that at any time. I did give you a little piece and I just stamped it in crumb cake. Or you can leave it plain. It's whatever you guys choose. I'm not going to put anything on this set, but I just wanted to show you that you could put a little hello and then just stick it right up there. I think I'm going to leave this one blank as a note card. So if I just want to send somebody a little note card on this one. But I did a hello on the original. So then we're just going to attach this to the base of the base card, and we are done with this card. You know, maybe I will attach that hello. I'm always so undecided. Yeah, I'll just trim it quick. I just made a little flag on the end. You can make a flag any way that you want. And I just put adhesive on the back of it. I didn't do anything. I didn't pop it up. And I'm just going to put it right there. I'm going to clean up my area a little bit, and you guys let me know when you're ready. Part again, we're going to get out the leaf set. And this time I wanted it even a little bit lighter than the last time because I wanted it softer card because it was with the soft, or with the saffron. So I stamped it up. I stamped it off once. I stamped it off twice. Then I stamped it on. So that's what you're going to do. Just peel out the whole card. Turn your stamp. Just however many you want. There's no... I remember to turn my stamp is a good thing. This is called generation stamping. I kind of want it more out on the edges, so then, oops. There, I think that looks good. I did not sponge the outside of this one. And I'm going to set this aside because we don't need that stamp set again. Well, we'll need it again. I mean, then we're going to just bring in the little table, the greeting piece that I gave you guys. And in this one, I stamped birthday wishes. And that came out of the itty bitty birthdays set. That's where I got that one from. You can use whatever stamp set that you want. And I did take the old olive. And I'm going to try and line this up the best I can. I don't like that. I'm going to get it a little closer to me and line it up better. So if it's off camera, I'm sorry. Okay. Clean that up. And I did sponge very lightly the outside of this birthday. And I did that with the old olive also. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to cut your doily in half. Just follow one of the lines that go across it. You can keep the other half for another card. I just want that half right there. While we're getting out stuff, the little yellow bird, you're going to need that. Let me move this mat so you guys could see better because now I got it all messy. And you're going to need your little eggs, your brown crumb cake eggs. You're going to need 3 of them. I have one in here that wasn't very good because I did them twice. Kind of like that one. I think this might have been it. Okay. Are you okay? So then what we're going to do is you're going to line up your 3 eggs. I kind of used my mat in front of me and I just lined up my 3 eggs. Let me make sure I'm on the camera for you guys. Like this. Then I took my snail and I just put a little bit of this across the top. And then I went ahead, I got a little snail where I don't want it, so I'm kind of getting it off there. And then I went ahead and I just kind of made them peek out. Push them down so they're on there like that. And if you're worried about having snail where you don't want it, you can either take a little eraser or this little goopy thing here. I don't even know what they call these anymore, but I have a little bit of snail right here that I don't want it. And you can erase it, or you could take your embossing buddy and or anything that you have that is like an embossing buddy. I just dropped one of my. And you could powder the back of it so it won't look so powdery, I guess. So then after that, we're just going to put this along here. No, I lied. Take that back. Don't do that. We got to emboss this thing first. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the card, and we got to emboss this with the leaf embossing folder. So we're going to put that in, and we're going to run it through your machine. Okay. And then you're going to kind of, however you feel comfortable making your banner. But what I do is I just cut up the middle, and then I cut up each side. And I don't always start right at the point, because sometimes I think I don't know, I just don't, and then I just go back. I don't know, they do have banner dies that you could have cut it out in a banner first. I feel like I got this a little too weird here. Do it to your eye, what you think looks best. Before you put it on, see if you have to cut any off the top. And I kind of eyeballed it here, and that's pretty good, actually. You don't have to cut anything. I don't have to cut anything. If you feel that you didn't make this deep enough, you may have to cut some off the top. Is everybody still with me, or am I going too fast? Sometimes I tend to get talking and... Okay, I didn't hear any complaints, so I'm going to go on. This is the linen thread, and we're going to flip it over, and we're just going to add a little bit on the back again towards the top, a little ways down, and then we're going to wrap this around. I think I did it 3 times. You can do more if you have enough. I just went around 3 times, and then we're going to cut it off. You can throw that extra away so it looks like this. And we're going to put pop dots on the back of that, or dimensionals. I don't know why I call them pop dots. Dimensionals. And once you get the dimensionals on it, you're just going to line it up. I think I went over about 1/4 of an inch. Maybe 1/2 an inch. According to my grid, I did 1/2 an inch. Now I'm showing you here. I'm laying my leaf down, and the ones that are on this, I'm just going to put glue on. But the ones that are over here, I want them to pop up, so I'm going to put some mini dimensionals back there, and you might even have to cut them. Just a few. You don't have to go crazy. Just a few of them. So then we're gonna do that. So everybody can do that now, and let me know if you're ready. I don't wanna go too fast. Okay. And then we'll get the minis. I mean, some of the minis might fit right on there. A pokey tool might be easier to put them on with. Don't remember. Yeah, if you angle the minis just right, they fit on the leaves. And that's about all you need them on, is the leaves. And it's like they just fit on the leaves. Okay. I'm just going to dab some of this a little bit because it looks like it might have dried. I should have done this one. Stuck to me. We're going to bring it in. Oh, some of the dimensionals I see are peeking through on mine. Oops, if that's the case, we'll trim them with the trimmer. Or with the trimmer, with your scissors. They looked good from the back side, I guess. I was wrong. So probably 1/2 a dimensional would be better. But not too bad. The first one did perfect. Maybe some of these leaves are a little bit smaller. Okay, and I didn't take off the little thingies. They wouldn't have stuck at all. If you push your nail or use the pokey tool, your piercing tool into these, they do come off a lot easier. Just letting you know to help you out if you're... Geez, I thought I had that 3 times. Oh my goodness, I think it might be stuck on my other finger. Okay, and then we're going to flip it over and we're going to lay it down. About like that. Hold the ones that you put glue on just for a couple. There's no right or wrong where you put it, just as long as you put it down. Okay. And then you're just going to take, oops, this other one, I wanted this one. You're just going to take and put a very little bit of adhesive on the back of your doily. Get this in here so you guys could see. I'm just putting that across there like that because you want to know why? It's not going to be seen. I'll put my picture back in here. And it kind of went right about here. No two card is going to be the same, so at least none of my 2 are going to be the same. Then when it comes to the greeting, you're going to put snail on one half and a dimensional on the other half. So on my card, on the left side, I'm going to put snail. Or this got a new name. Can't even think of what it's called. I'm not left-handed. I don't know why I use it. Left-handed, it doesn't work. I'm left-handed, but not when I use the snail. And then I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on this side of the greeting. And then it's okay if it hangs off a little bit because this has got a border on it. So don't make it so it's right on. I'll bring it up closer. Don't make it so it's right on the edge of this white. Let it hang off a little bit because that'll look better when you put it against your base. See, when we put it against the base, it's not hanging off at all. Okay? And then I ended up popping up the bird right here next to its eggs. So I put a dimensional, just 1 dimensional on the back of the bird in the middle and then just stuck it down there. Just like that. And then we should have, you guys should have some enamel dots. I didn't know. Okay. Yep, I got a few in here. I wasn't sure. Oh, there they are. And you're just going to take and put them over top of, I put them on the little, what do you call it? Little flowers here, but you could put them anywhere you want, really. And let it hang off a little bit so that it catches the paper. And if it doesn't, like that one did not catch the paper for me. So I am going to put a glue dot behind it. If I can, there we go. And then I think I might just put, I think I'm going to randomly put some on here rather than where I did. I like to change it up sometimes. Yeah, I kind of like that. And since that one was sticking up and I didn't get it right, I didn't get it so it was half on the paper and half off very well. So I'm just going to take a dimensional or glue dot and like kind of give it a little wad. And then I'll stick it up underneath my, and then stick it down. So then it ends up sticking down right where I want it to go anyways. And then the last thing we got to do is just attach this to our card base. So it'll look like that. I'll let you guys take a few minutes, finish up your card, clean up your space, and the next card is going to be the blue one. So the first thing you can do is you could attach the gingham blue paper to the blue, I'm not even sure what this is called, Misty Moonlight. It's one of the new in colors. And I just added it in the middle. And I used the smaller gingham side. So, just like that. And if it hangs off at all, like mine hangs off a little bit, I'm just going to trim it. Our next month order, guys, will be here Tuesday. And then I'll give myself a little time to play with it so I know what cards we're going to do so I can cut up the kits. So, okay, then you can set that piece aside because we don't need that for a few minutes, and the red piece aside. So now we're going to take the Whisper White piece that's in this card, and we're going to do some stamping. I'll flip this over so you could see better what I'm doing. And we're going to take the So Saffron color and if you didn't get out the tree branch, you need to get your tree branch ready on a block. We're going to stamp it. And I'm going to kind of put one. So this end, it's almost going off the page. There's just a very little bit of it. So it's almost like at a diagonal piece, like this. So I stamped it down like that. Then you're going to take another piece, and I'm trying to keep this like within this area so that the nest will hide it. So the nest will hide it. So I'm trying to keep this within that area so that it don't stick out too much. So then we're going to go, I don't know, like kind of like up and over. I think I did it up a little bit farther. Yeah, the next one is more of an angle. So I stamped this one like that. I wish I could zoom in, but I don't want to move it. I'll show you it. I'll bring it up close so you guys can see. So far, I have one stamped here at that angle going off, and I have one just kind of like that at that angle. And now I'm going to put one more, and I'll show you guys it again. And so this one I'm going to put like this. And I'm still trying to keep it within this little tiny area of crisscrossing anything so that when I put my nest on, it'll hide it. So I put it on like that. I'll bring it up close. Let me know when you guys get your branches stamped. I think it's just you and I in here, Sharon. I don't know. Diane keeps popping in and out, or somebody does, and I think they, I don't know, are having a good connection or whatever. So whenever you're ready. Okay, so then we're going to take the leaves again, and we're going to take the old olive, and this time we're not going to stamp off or nothing, but the leaves line right up. This part of the leaf, the bigger part there, will line, the stem will line right up to it. I'll stamp one here. I got to get it a little closer to me, and if you get that leaf right in that area, all the rest just kind of fall into place. So see how I got that leaf lined up with these three trios, and all the rest of them just fell right into place. So that's what you want to do, and you want to do that on all three of them. Okay. When you have that done, let me know. And we're done with the leaves too. We won't need them anymore. Okay, so then you're going to take your nest that you already have cut out, take your crumb cake and a sponge, and we're just going to sponge around the nest just to give it a little bit lighter, or I don't know, just to kind of get rid of the whiteness, to make it look more like a full in nest. So it kind of looks like that. Okay. And then again, we're going to bring in these little your little eggs, blue eggs. And we're going to go ahead. Let me look at this. I got to see if okay, so I did this differently. So you're going to put a little glue on the back of these. And I must have had them right about here. Kind of eyeball them. And then test it with your nest to make sure your nest is on the page. So, yeah. Let's see. I want that over there. So I want these over here. Gotta play moving them around a little bit. And we gotta make sure that everything's covered. So I need to go over just a little bit more. And then it just like that. So we're going to take and put glue on the back of them, and I hear them right down kind of where you got them. So some type of like this is the take your pick tool. This would work, or any type of thing that you could pick them up. Just put a little bit of adhesive on them, or glue. That didn't work too well. I think I should put, ooh. All right. So I'm going to pick it up this time. And I'm going to put a little glue down on the paper. Because I moved it when I put it on this. There we go. That's working a lot better. There we go. And then I popped this up on dimensionals. The nest. I'm at the end of my little rope here, so I'm going to just use up these. And then we're just going to stick them down like that. And then I did the same thing. I put one dimensional on the back of the bird. I put it, well, maybe I put two. So I put one up by the head. And then I need one like right around here on the body. I'm going to use a half of one that I have here. and I just set my bird. It's okay if it comes off a little bit. They're not all going to be exactly the same, but it does. And then I put a little dot of glue over by the nest here, or however you want to do it. And I added on the white, and I added this flower right about there. And I added a little bit of glue onto the nest, and I added this flower. And I added a little glue in the nest of this one, or that corner. And I put glue right there. So let me know when you get all your little pieces on pertaining to this, and then I will move on to the next step. Okay, so then I'm going to take the little hello. For some reason, I put seriously on the other one. I don't know what I was thinking at the time, but I don't like it. I'm going to kind of cover it up in another way, but I'm going to take the little hello stamp from last month's set, and I'm just going to stamp that right up here in this upper corner. Now I got to get it a little closer to me, but it's going to be right up in here on your, where your bird is. So it's just like that. I just love this little hello. I think it is so cute. I'm so glad it's in that other set. And then we'll attach this piece to the Poppy Parade piece that you have in your kit. Just by regular adhesive too. Nothing. And then we just have to bring in, put adhesive on the back of the Poppy Parade. And bring in your card base that we put the gingham paper on. And just kind of center this. And the last thing to do is add your gems. Or enamel dots, or whatever I... Okay, for this card, we're going to take out all the goodies. And I don't know. I did a couple of these. Is this square embossed for you guys, or was it not? I can't remember because I had some extras. But you're going to take the square and you're going to put it in here and you're going to run it in through the embossing. I don't know. I must have had extra left over from when I was cutting it. So when you have that done, let me know. Oh, you have earphones on. Okay. Well, that's a good thing. Then you don't bug anybody, I guess. When you get that piece embossed, get out of your dies this little shape. And then we're going to sit it kind of on the card like this. And then I'm just using some Post-it notes. Whatever you have that'll hold it down. Purple tape, whatever. And then we're going to cut this out. If it will stay where it's supposed to. It's probably about a ½ inch down. And I put the side without any leaves towards the bottom of the card, down here towards the bottom. And then just cut it out, and it'll look like this. Poke any things out of it. then take the pumpkin pie ink and the pumpkin pie sponge, and we're going to sponge around the outside of this, of the one we just cut. And you can even dab a little bit of your leaves. Just a little. I didn't want a lot, but just a very tiny bit. Just to give it a little bit of a color in there on them. And we could set that one aside for a minute. And we're going to bring back in the one we embossed. When you're ready, let me know, Sharon, before I move on. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take some Melon Mambo ink in your sponge, or whatever one you're using for yellows or oranges. This is more of an orange. And you're just going to go over top of this a few times. Then we're going to take and we're going to come in with the garden green sponge. And we're just going to kind of go over that lightly. We don't want like a lot, like I've done here or whatever. It's okay. Well, if you do more, it doesn't matter. It's your preference, I guess. And then we're going to come back over top of this with the pumpkin pie. And it'll just kind of like, and you can go back and forth with the colors. You're just trying to give the leaves more of a, I don't know, a colored background. I'm going to come back in with the melon, because I got a lot of green right here, and I'm not sure if I want that much green right where I got it. So then it's just like that. And when you are ready, I'll show you what we got to do next. Okay, so what you're going to do now is you're going to put this piece behind this piece. So it's like this. We're going to add some adhesive to the back of this piece. And with this one being back here, you just added adhesive to the little square. Then you're just going to line it up in the back. And then you're just going to kind of line this up and push that down. Doesn't matter if it's Cricut under there or not. You just wanted it so that you could push that down in there. And when you have that done, you could set that piece aside. And we'll work on to this piece. Okay, so then you want to take your garden green leaves this time, and you want to cut out that piece again in the middle right there. Just snip it out so you can make this move. And then we're going to flip it over, and we're going to put glue on. Just dabs of glue like we've been doing. Okay. Now when we put this on, I want you to put down the leaf part up here first, like this, and manipulate this leaf, the big one. Make it so it turns in like that. You're going to make it go the way you want. And then these ones, you're going to kind of do this too. So see how I I'll bring it up closer. See how I made this leaf go this way? Didn't have to put glue on them ones. So. When you have that done, I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so now you're going to take the other one and you're going to snip off this piece. And then we're going to put this one right here, but we're also you're going to snip a little bit more. We're going to snip that off. So this one's going to go here. And then we're going to snip off these two little round things. We don't need that. And this stem is probably a tad bit long, so we'll trim that. And then these two are going to go right here. Okay, so we're going to attach those down with glue. This is just extra leaf now. You could use it or whatever. After you get them glued down, we're going to glue the bird right down here. Just like this. So it's kind of sitting on the branch that's here. And so we're just going to put glue on the back half, the wings, and the little bit of the, or the bottom half, the wing and the tail. So I only put glue down here and on the tail and on the little wing. I got a little glue on the back of one of these, and I don't want it to stick. So I'm going to get my embossing buddy. This is a good thing to do if you get glue. Like, that's really tender. If I took my the goop thing to get that off, it might rip it. So you just take your embossing buddy and dab some powder out on this. Wherever you have glue that might have peeked through. I had a little bit up here too, so that way you won't get that on the, and just give it a little, and now it's not going to be sticky. So it won't stick to your card. So that's just a tip for you if that happens to you. Or whatever embossing device that you have. Let me know when you're with us, Sharon. I don't want to get too far ahead on you. Got powder everywhere now underneath my nails. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my little silicone mat. I'm going to add a little glue right here. Might be a little more than I need. And I'm just going to dip. I'm going to use my pick tool. And I'm going to pick up one of the flowers. I'm going to dab it in there a little. Oops. Nope. I don't like that idea. I thought this would work. Oh. Well, I'm going to use this one now that I got it. But I'm going to put it right here. So, I guess the best way, don't do that, because it sticks too much. Just put a little dab on your paper where you want it. Tiny little dot. And then pick up a different one. And we're just adding the flowers to wherever you want them to go. Might be good to use your pokey tool. You know, multi-tool here. Good thing the glue dries clear, huh? Put one right here. We're just going to add all these flowers. And they may not be in the exact same spot as I have them. Just, it's okay. Just put them where you want to. Got too much glue right there. It was not careful. I'm just going to put one here since I have it. I have an extra one. I think we have extras of these. Couple extra. I might put some down by my greeting, so I'm gonna leave them there. But after you're done putting the flowers on, you can go ahead and put your gems on, or your pearls. Okay. Okay. And then you could take the little piece of paper that I gave you for the birthday wishes, and I took the garden green and I stamped the birthday wishes in this. Okay. And I'm going to trim it down. And then we'll attach that right down there. Let me know when you're caught up with me again, Sharon. Okay. So now we're going to get the pop dots out, dimensionals, and we're going to put dimensionals all over the back of this. Make sure you get some up here in the top too, because you don't want it to look saggy. I'm going to take this little small strip I have there. I don't know if I have any big ones left in here, white or not. Yep. And we're just going to put a bunch all along the back, all over this. So kind of like that. And you could put one on the back of your bird. The top of his head right there. Put one on the back of him. And then we'll peel these all off.
On the back of the stairs in the basement was all these very weird pictures. There was like the devil, and there was satanic pictures too. There were very muscular built, demon-like creatures, ram's horns. It was just everything along that vein. If you didn't think about it, it was in those pictures. They were actually glued in collage on the back.
Okay. Get that out of my way. Now we're going to bring in the base. And we're just going to line this up evenly on the card. And once you think you got it, you just push it down like that. And that is the last card, guys. So here's all the cards that we did today. So here they are. We'll lay them out.